A lot of people want to become actors, but if you're looking to be the real star of a film shoot, you need to be a director, baby. That's what I knew from a very young age when I started directing short cinematic masterpieces, such as the one we're going to review today, called Vanilla County. This zombie horror film features paper-thin plots, cardboard cutout characters, and so many mistakes happening in the background that you'd think it was the government. This film won me the Best Under 18 Filmmaker Award at the Shriekfest Film Festival in the year 2007. I made this film when I was 15 years old, and watching it back now, there's a lot I would change. So let's talk about it. Stay tuned for another clip breakdown. Hello television viewers, my name is Nick. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my channel for another clip breakdown. This is the series where we dive into found media, movies, and television and talk about what's right, what's wrong, what's in between, what's the happening, who's invited to the cookout, what kind of pizza are we having. Those are some of the questions, but before we get into the clips, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see even more clip breakdowns just like this. But most importantly, if you're new to my channel, I would love to have you, I just became Audrey from Little Shop of Horrors. If you're new to my channel, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right down there. That way you never miss new videos from me. Hit the bell icon, that way you'll always be updated when I upload 2 videos a week. Too many to count on one finger. So I think I set this up pretty well. This is a 20-minute movie that I won a little film festival out here in Hollywood with, and I begged my friends to be in this. Luckily, I was a theater kid, so it didn't take much convincing. I don't think any of them knew what they were getting themselves into at the time. They were like, yeah, we'll be in your movie, probably thinking that it was gonna be like a good vehicle for their acting. Cut to them having to spend 3 days in the drizzling rain out in New Hampshire, covered in sticky fake blood, and have my grubby little fingers smearing makeup onto them. You'll be surprised at how many people I got to be in this. I do love how this is just a time capsule of my teenage years. Even the opening sequence features footage of me in my kindergarten class. See if you can spot me. Okay, so knowing that this is a horror movie, I still stand by my decision to use this creepy found footage with the Happy Kids song, and I intercut it with like stills of the different scenes throughout the movie. I think it worked, but you know, I didn't have the rights to this music, so don't know what I was doing there. And also, yes, that's me, that smiling little boy wearing the gay pride flag for a polo. So yeah, we have our title sequence, and then here is the opening scene, which I actually added to the script and recorded later on, like well after the principal photography was done. Just watch, I'll tell you.
Hi, Mommy.
What are you still awake for, babe?
I was talking to Grandpa. Think he hears us, Mommy?
Yes, I know he does.
That's good. When you talk to Grandpa, why do you always cry?
I don't know. Sometimes I just miss him.
Oh.
I love you, Audrey. More than anything in the world.
I love you too, Mommy.
Good night, honey.
So I was trying to set up the prologue to the movie. Why is that mother wearing high heels in her own home at night? That doesn't make any sense. I actually hired this voiceover actor online to become the voice of the mother, and that's my sister Melanie's feet in high heels there. The little girl's voice is my friend Brittany's younger sister Brianna. She's now an adult. She must have been like, I don't know, 10 at the time. This was so many years ago. This was 16 years ago? I can't. Someone put my brain on ice. 14 years. Goodness. Okay, so I don't know what message I was trying to get across with that whole, oh, does Grandpa hear you when you talk to him? I guess I was trying to be like, death happens. Get ready. Open the door to death. But here we get a little bit of the first glimpse of horror in the movie. And I don't know. You tell me what you think of this scene. Is it effective for basically being nothing?
Mommy? Mommy? Is that you? Grandpa?
I thought it was so cool how she's like, Grandpa, because like there's zombies coming up, so foreshadowing. I went to high school. It's foreshadowing that the dead are returning. But I don't like the cheap sound effects at the beginning of that clip. And I don't like how when the door springs open, it's supposed to be like overexposing the camera, but it really is just a fade to white. It looks cheap. Could have done it practically, but I clearly cobbled that scene together without shooting anything. Like, you don't see the little girl in bed. I don't know why I couldn't have just shot it. Laziness. In this next scene, you're gonna meet Carla and someone else, played by my friends Jake and Sam, who are both still very much, you know, alive. Jake and Sam, I hope you're watching this. Do you remember shooting this?
Get the directions?
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy there just said to follow the highway straight down to Rhode Island. Where's Robin Alexa?
They're at the car.
Ominous sounds there. Basically, that part, which was shot outside the city college near my house, was supposed to be them asking for directions. I added that scene in. We shot this, I think, like a full week after the rest of the movie you're about to see, which is why I had to fake the rain. I had a soda bottle filled with water that I poked little holes in, and I was sprinkling it in front of the camera like that. Or in the close-ups on Jake, I just sprinkled it down the back of his umbrella. Movie magic. And you could tell it looked like a really sunny, rainy day. So it worked great. It's like a sun shower. And then right when you cut to the car, it was a day that it was actually raining. It basically rained the whole weekend that I shot this movie. Back at the car, which was my Dodge Durango that my parents let me drive at the time, we find out that essentially they've deceived Carla into coming on the trip. She's supposed to be the funny one.
But Rob said this.
Yeah, I had to get you to come somehow. Gas isn't cheap.
I remember not being able to get him to say that normally. Somehow it doesn't sound right, the inflection. All right, this is where some real special effects genius stuff happens. Does this look like they're really driving in a car? I open it up for questioning. Let me know.
Wait, this isn't the highway, is it?
I think if we're on the f***ing highway, there won't be a dead animal like 2 f***ing feet.
Alright, so who decided Rob should drive?
Seriously, Rob, you get so pissed. I can't even read a friggin' map without getting my head bitten off.
Correction. You can't read a map, period.
Burn! You can tell I had just started watching Seinfeld for the first time at age 15. Like, what is with this green screen car ride? It would look better if I had a long picture printed out and was like running across the background. That's not even green screen. I couldn't light a green screen evenly enough to get a good effect, so I actually put a white sheet over the top of the car, and then we shot in the daylight, and I blew lights into those white sheets so I could use chroma key, which is the same concept, only instead of removing the green background, you remove the brightest parts of the frame. Also, do you guys remember when you had to have maps? I can't even believe that I was alive back before people would just put everything into a GPS device. This was pre the Garmin GPS like that you put, what am I talking about? Why am I like walking down memory lane? Gather round, kids, I'm a millennial. Do you remember the holographic Charizard card? I think it was a bold move of me to try to make my inciting incident someone falling asleep at the wheel. I had seen a movie that scared me about people falling asleep at the wheel. And so I copied it. I just took it, Control C, Control V. I thought that car accident was pure cinematography. I was like, how did I even get that phone to fly out of there like that? I was really feeling myself. Let me just paint a picture of Nicholas at this time. I had long hair that was kind of like that, because everyone had longer hair at the time, and I thought it looked cool when it was curly. I had braces, and I weighed maybe like 150 pounds, so I was basically all elbows and jawbones. If you like got a skeleton and made it talk gay, that would be me. Now, take a look at some of my amazing set dressing skills.
Fall asleep for what, 20 minutes? And you total your mom's car in the middle of ass crack New England?
Yep, ass crack New England. This movie takes place when they're driving to Maine. I'm like New Hampshire's Stephen King, only no one knows who I am, and I don't look like that either. So I see myself trying to insert story elements that get called back, like that scene in the beginning where we see both of their legs hanging out of the car. I tried to echo that later on, although no one caught it. Also, the same thing happens with Tim's character. Rob, I think is the name. He is like stepping into a puddle out throughout the movie, and it's supposed to be like a running gag that pays off at the end. I did not set it up properly. You hear the splash, but why couldn't I just grab a quick close-up? It's not like I was setting up these shots really carefully. I literally had a tripod and I'd be like, okay, doosh, okay, doosh. Obviously, I was just using the on-camera microphone, which now is like driving me crazy. The audio is so bad on this. But if you're setting up, like if you're establishing that he's gonna be stepping in puddles the whole time, why wouldn't I see him step into the puddle the first time? I'm just as bad as those other filmmakers who get paid to do this.
Gonna have to call a tow truck or the police or something.
Well, I'm sure whoever owns this house will call for us. Michael, come with us.
You can hang here with the car, you trash.
Love you, bitch.
Can you tell that I had never been in a relationship when I wrote that script? Like, who says that? Who says that? Also, kudos to Joan and Tim, who were a real life couple at the time, so they brought their chemistry into the scene. But I mean, someone should have told me they don't want to say that line. I think my friends were a little too nice at this time. They're like, just let Nick make the movie. I spent so many hours planning this shoot. Like I was in class every day with my little notebook, writing out shot lists. Phones didn't exist at the time. Like I had a T-Mobile Sidekick. Laptops, no. I was just like handwriting basically all of this and like stressing over every detail of the shoot. I was trying to set up like a creepy atmosphere like I had pictured in my mind for this place called Vanilla County, a fictional Rhode Island nowhere. And I pulled all the stunts trying to make this place look grungy AF, which is a huge insult, I realize now, to the owners of this home. I straight up walked into their house and said, "Hi, I'd like to shoot in your backyard for my post-apocalyptic junkyard scene." I never got why she laughed at that, but now I'm like, you little bitch.
Whoa, what happened here? What, crappy yard sale? No, actually, I was talking about that. Ugh, we need to find a phone.
That was my dog, Vinny. He was so sweet. We drew on him with permanent marker for that, so sorry, Vinny. Oh, but you thought we were done meeting new characters? But I don't even understand the names of these ones. Stop. I can't, because I have the whole cast of Sound of Music ready and waiting for their lines to be delivered. Meet our newest character, Audrey. No wonder I'm speaking in the Audrey voice. Audrey is in the movie.
Oh my god. Who the hell are you?
Carla. Hi, what's your name?
Audrey.
She's supposed to be a child in this, but she's fully like 2 months older than I am or something like that. And I was like, don't worry, we'll put you in one of my sweaters and a skirt I got at Goodwill and no one will know. Audrey agrees to take them to find a phone, but after delivering some ominous lines where she's like,
So you're all alone.
There are others, but I'm the only one who lives here.
but I'm the only one who lives here. I was like, you know, I don't even think the audience is gonna be smart enough to understand what I'm doing here. That's my biggest fear going into Vanilla County, is I might have made it too smart. Meanwhile, my algebra teacher was like, can you stay late? Seems like you spelled your name wrong today. But we're not done! Meet some more people!
Audrey!
Mind your own business, Anna. That's my older sister.
You are my business. Get under the porch.
No, you're not the boss of me. I'm gonna take my friends to someone who can help them.
You know no one can help.
Well, I wouldn't know a thing like that. I'm just a child.
You know damn well. If you take them out there, there'll be more of them. There's no help. We'll get these three like they got all the others.
Of course I know that. And when they get them, they'll leave us alone again. That's what happened after Mom and Dad. Now let's go.
This was some real telenovela business. Look at her falling on that crabgrass. Couldn't have been good for her skin. Also, look at how they're both wearing the palest ivory shade that they make in CoverGirl Clean foundation. We were like, this is how we indicate that you've been living under this porch somehow. Other things I'd like to call out. Kristen is wearing my mom's scrubs. Oh, and I used the audio from the master shot where you can hear Joan set a sneeze.
You are my business. Get under the porch.
And then you can see when I cut back to the wide shot, she's smiling about her sneeze. Rob is back at the car and he steps in another puddle. But when he reaches down, he realizes it's blood. See, wasn't that worth all of that investment? I had like 2 plot beats in this whole movie and I was like, one of them will be stepping in blood. And nobody needs to understand it until I explain it. That's fine. That's how you win all the awards. Stanley Kubrick, hello. I'm his brother, Stanley Stupid Brick. Oh my god. I have 2 older sisters. This is the younger of the 2, Jill. You can tell she really was into acting from those lifeless eyes. Like, she couldn't even put a scary expression on. She was like, you already put this waxy face paint all over me, and I'm laying on a beach towel underneath the Durango on the wettest ground. Also, if you're wondering why this music is horrendous, I just went on MySpace, and I sought out local bands, and by local I mean anyone whose music I wanted to steal and put into the movie. I literally was like, I'll just steal all this metal music, this country music, whatever, and then I'll ask for permission later. Which is not how you do it, and it wouldn't fly these days. Like, you couldn't even put a copyrighted song on YouTube, so hopefully these guys didn't blow up, whoever they are. Also, please note, you can see Jake's sweatshirt in the rearview mirror. You can see the tripod I was shooting the whole movie on, right behind Tim's head, and then you can see the nice beach towel perfectly rolled up underneath my sister there. Great attention to detail, Nick. Is this what got you into that AP math class? I never did an AP class. It's an inside joke for just me and my myself. I thought we could all enjoy it. Now I'm getting excited because we've got a real celebrity appearance. This next person on the screen, you wouldn't know it because I gave him the smallest part, but he's a real life TV actor now. Yay, that's Brad Coed. He was the twin brother of the woman who played Audrey, Kristen Coed. No, Anna, sorry. Both Kristen and Brad are great actors. Brad went on to be in a show called Mercy Street on PBS, which was like, takes place in the past. And he was in episodes of Search Party too, and he's in something coming out this year. Kristen is now the talent coordinator at the Wendy Williams show. I'm not saying that everyone else in the movie didn't go on to also have successful lives and do cool things, but it's not on TV, so does it matter? Oh, damn, I have all these messages on LinkedIn. Let me X out of that. I don't want to see that. I'm off the clock right now, baby. When I'm watching movies with you, it's not about business. Put your briefcase down, put a pin in that. We'll circle back. I've lost touch with what I'm talking about. Basically, I had Brad star as the star zombie because there's this whole chase sequence that's coming up. So he had the mouth blood, he had the peeling skin. My trick is I would paint your face, then do a few layers of latex, but the grease paint underneath would allow me to pull it off the skin so you could get that torn flesh look. Makeup tutorials. Tim is running from this monster. You already knew that. Fun fact, that was a medical rubber arm that was used by my mother, who is a nurse, to practice placing IV lines. But it looked real good when I slammed it in that door, didn't it? I mean, not so much. But at the time, I was like, this is the height of special effects. David Cronenberg can eat dirt. After this, there's another little scene where all the rest of the group have to camp out for the night. The time doesn't make sense for this movie because it's nighttime there, but then we go back to Tim's scene. I don't know why there's an echo in that scene. I never bothered to fix it before sending this to actual film festivals. Embarrassing. But I also love how Tim opens the door to get back in and then he turns around and like just pauses there. I was like, well, I don't have stuntmen. People can only move so quick. I'm asking Brad to jump off a car then turn around and tackle Tim. So it was a lot. But if you see how that shot where they're both in the car mirrors when Tim and Joan were in the car at the beginning? It's supposed to be a callback. I really thought I was doing something here, peeps. I just called you all peeps. I'm so sorry. Oh, by the way, do you see this? I found cold brew iced coffee that's decaf on Amazon. You like make it just like cold brew in the fridge, but it's decaf. I can't have caffeine because my head sweats. And I feel this way. You feel like you need to eat something with bread, you know? So back with the other group, they are still with Audrey and they're like, when are we gonna find a phone? You're leading us around all day. And then something happened. This was the biggest budget day. I didn't pay for any of this movie. Thanks, Mom and Dad. They really took care of it for me. Privilege, white privilege. Mom and Dad, I'm gonna make a movie and it's gonna be a waste of your money and you just have to hope it pays off one day. Okay, great.
Guys, we gotta get out of here.
Why?
We have to go.
What's the matter?
Wow, so many zombies to look at here. I would like to start by saying those two kids, I don't even know who they are. They were just some kids hanging out at my friend's house that day. And I was like, you guys want to be zombies? Yeah, you can just wear whatever you're wearing now. Doesn't matter. That guy in the motorcycle helmet, that's my dad. Hi, Dad. Thank you for letting me spray your white clothes in blood that day. Rachel here, coming out of that, everyone's gonna get tetanus on this set. Like, I was like, just climb into this garbage thing. Stand under this waterfall of fire. It's fine. This is for my art. She was like a nurse one because she had a syringe in her hand. I guess at this point in the movie, zombies are just holding whatever they used to hold when they were alive. I don't know why Kara is wearing this vibrant party boa. Doesn't match with anything else, but I just like, sure, put it on. Molly there we have with a ukulele. I guess we're skewing into the more comedy territory now. Poor Elise there, I had her doing all of this with a cast on her arm. I just wrapped it in a dirtier looking cast, and I was like, go nuts. But hey, when you see that whole group coming out of the tent there, that feels like production value to me. I believe that it was worth all of the discomfort discomfort that they went through. I never asked them, but they're not here to tell their side of the story, so sound off in the comments. If anyone from the original cast is watching, please let us know in the comments. We got some shady behavior on the part of our female leads because they get into the car that Audrey's calling them over to, and then they just lock out Jake and Renee here. So Audrey just runs off into the woods and we never see her again. I don't know why I thought, oh, that's like a cool ending, like we just don't know what becomes of her. I would like to know. Can we know? Nick, you're the screenwriter, you can give us whatever you feel like. I was like, no, no one knows. But you could make up something and nobody knows what happened to her. Same with Anna. I was like, they just need to be in one scene and then people will feel fine with that. They went back under the porch and lived a life forever in the dark, and they ate scorpions and they loved painting their faces with dust. That's not my fault. So Jake makes a run for it and I was like, you know what? We're doing the whole thing. Stunt coordination, little vignettes, sequences, things, moments, battles, stabbings. So see if all of this paid off. I think it translates to camera. You know when you lightly hit somebody with a stick and their whole hand flies off? Yeah, one of those movies. Also, you can see my friend Brittany's dad doing yard work in the background. I was too nervous to be like, can you maybe stop pruning those trees right in my line of sight while I'm doing this? I'm glad I didn't, because he would be like, can you maybe get out of my backyard and stop calling me a junkyard? That would be great too. You can see I tried to artificially darken the frame there because I needed it to match this upcoming shot. Reveal of the century. You think he's just normal until he turns around, just like you saw in every movie up until this point. I was very proud of that makeup effect, which was a store-bought Party City thing. You know those Halloween thick pieces of latex that you're like, how did they make it look like that in the picture? Like real life, I love a movie that ends on a cliffhanger, which is what I'm serving you in this final scene.
No, please move!
And her final scream dissolves and morphs into a screamo song once again, because apparently that was the vibe I was going for in this movie. Like, I don't listen to screamo. Why did I think that that would make it a compelling soundtrack? But doesn't matter, because I think the most important thing is that this character discovered the world's heaviest broom, which appeared out of nowhere, just like the zombies appeared in her car out of nowhere. I think my script had gotten to like 20 pages long, and I was like, this is gonna take forever to shoot. We gotta wrap this up. And everyone's dead. But we never see Sam die, so maybe there's a sequel in our midst. What do you guys think of this 15-year-old effort at making a film? There's a lot of issues, but I'm proud that I was able to organize this shoot so young. And I'm grateful that my family gave me the means to explore my art like this basically my whole life. It's why I feel compelled to continue to post videos online as though anyone cares. But let me know your thoughts below. Give me your feelings and opinions. Let me know what videos and movies I should cover next. But give this video a big thumbs up if you want to see even more clip breakdowns. And most importantly, if you're new here, I would love to have you click that subscribe button right down there. That way you never miss new videos from me. I upload 2 new ones every week. Going into the beyond place. Make sure you turn on the notifications if you want to always be in the know. You guys are all the greatest. Thank you for getting in to visiting Vanilla County with me today. I will see you next time.